Brandi Murphy. I'm the Director of NutriMetrics Training, and I'm happy to be here with you this afternoon to tell you about what NutriMetrics is and why you would want to consider adding NutriMetrics into your business. NutriMetrics is a division of Market America that focuses on health professionals. And we look to help health professionals implement wellness programs in their practice. We do this by providing education to the health professionals and providing them marketing support so they can provide good quality products, great quality products, the products you already know and love, to their patients. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have had a positive benefit by one of our health and nutrition products? Let me hear from you. Right? How many of you look better, feel better, have more energy, sleep better because of one of our products? Well, doesn't it make sense if our products can help us feel so much healthier that doctors get them in their hands so that they can help their patients feel healthier, right? That's the mission of NutriMetrics, is really to provide our great quality products to the health professionals and their patients. You see, many people in our country are dealing with health challenges, and when they go to the doctor, the healthcare system here is really a sick care system. Wouldn't you agree? Most people go to the doctor when they feel sick. They're not really going to the doctor when they feel well. But they should be going to the doctor for a lifetime of wellness. They should be learning how to keep healthy for life, right? So what we do is we help health professionals financially and help their patients get healthy. So let's talk about this for a second. Why would a health professional consider carrying our product line? Well, you may or may not realize this because we hear about insurance reform all the time in the media and in the news. But the way that health professionals get paid has changed dramatically. And healthcare professionals are feeling an economic crunch. They're facing rising costs of doing business, and they're having to embrace new initiatives that maybe they haven't had to embrace before. So they're having to learn new tools and systems. And we help provide solutions to all of these things. While all that's going on behind the scenes, patients are looking for wellness options. Patients are going into the practices saying, "Doctor, how can I lose weight?" Or, "I don't want to have to take medication for the rest of my life. Is there anything that I can do that will support my health naturally? Do you recommend a multivitamin? What vitamin D should I take?" Their patients are asking them these questions, and many of them don't have answers. Many of them don't have solutions. So what we do is we go in and provide those solutions for them. So what are the solutions that we provide? Well, we have all of our health and nutrition products that you already know and love branded as NutriMetrics for health professionals. They're the same products with a different label. So we have the isotonics. This is what they look like. We also have our pills and our capsules, like the fish oil product that you know and love. We have all the products for health professionals. But in addition to that, we have custom solutions for them. We have the TLS weight loss solution for them. We have many different product lines that we have available to them, both the cosmeceuticals and the nutraceuticals. We provide to the health professional advanced training on how to implement these programs into their patient base. So for example, we offer 2 courses for health professionals. One offers CME or CEU credits, so they can get credits to help keep their license active by learning how to implement a wellness program into their practice. We have great quality control measures so that they can know that the patients are receiving high quality products. We also provide to them a NutriMetrics website where all the technology behind shop.com and our internet marketing solutions is in a customized website for health professionals focused on their patients, okay? But the most important thing that we offer health professionals, in my opinion, is you, the NutriMetrics consultant, the person that can go out and can introduce them to the program and train them on how to implement it into their practice. So what does a NutriMetrics consultant do? Typically, first they have to get trained. A NutriMetrics consultant is nothing more than an unfranchised owner that's attended a NutriMetrics consultant course. And in that course, we teach you how to approach a health professional and how to introduce our solutions to them. We teach you to go out and do a 15-minute appointment with a practitioner. It's called a discovery meeting, so we can find out if we are a good fit for that practice and what types of solutions they'd be looking for. Then based on our discovery meeting, we're going to put together a proposal of what products and services would be the best fit for that practice. Then we put together an implementation plan. Simple things like where are products going to be displayed in the office? Where's the inventory going to be kept? What staff members are going to be involved in the process of implementing the program into the practice? And we put together a staff training plan. So we get the staff trained on how to introduce the products and do simple things like checkout. Where does the patient pay for the product? Those types of things are all included in the NutriMetrics consultant training. So we teach you how to do that. And then the nutraMetrics consultants go out and help the health professional and then provide ongoing support to them. Now, how does this benefit you and your organization? Well, let's talk about this for a second. Has anybody ever heard of something called Base 10, 7 Strong? Right? It's kind of one of the foundations of the business, right? We want to make sure that business volume is moving through the organization and that people have a customer base. Well, Base 10, 7 Strong is built on people having approximately 10 to 15 preferred customers that they service. Well, could you imagine the power of Base 10, 7 Strong if one of your unfranchised owners on your team, instead of having 10 to 15 customers, had 400 to 500 customers? How many of you would like to have a health professional that has 400 or 500 patients that are ordering from them each and every month? Right? Let's take a look at what that could look like. Let's say you're working with a simple practice that has 5,000 patients, a small practice, 5,000 patients, and you're going to do a simple implementation with just one product, the Daily Essentials packets. If we take a look at what kind of volume could be generated, let's say that we have a goal of having that practitioner talk to 2 patients every day. Right? Over the course of the first year, by the time they get to 5 or 6 months, imagine 2 patients a day, 2 patients a day, 2 patients a day, right? They're going to get to the point where they have 250 patients purchasing, and then 400 patients purchasing, and then 500 patients purchasing. And because the products work, the patients reorder. Well, here's what happens. Let's just look at this. When we get to the point where we have 500 patients that have purchased, and maybe it's going to take a year to get there, there's going to be $975,000 of profit on retail profit alone generated by that practice each and every month. So do you think a practitioner might be interested in having an extra 10 grand coming into their practice each month? But when we take a look at that, that's 17,000 BV generated on that practice in 1 month. How many of you would like 17,000 BV coming up through your organization from one account? Okay, so now the question is, how many practitioners do you work with? Well, using this example, it would take about 150 boxes of the Daily Essentials packets per week being sold to get you flushing every week, 5,100 BV on each side. Okay, so we would need 150 packets on the left and 150 packets on the right. Now the question is, how many unfranchised owners or how many health professionals is it going to take to get you there? Right? So let's take a look at if you have 4 large practices, each moving 38 patients, product to 38 patients per week, you can get to where you're cycling every week with just 4 practices. Now, not everybody's going to have that type of big practice, so maybe we have some smaller practices and we have 8 of them. 15 of them moving 10 patients a week. That's a really manageable goal. And this is in addition to your existing organization, right? So we want to make sure that you end up with health professionals that are moving volume through the practice. Well, how do you do that? You build a team of NCs. Your goal should be have at least 2 NCs on the left and 2 NCs on the right. Now, some of you might not feel like you're a great fit for nutraMetrics. Maybe you don't want to go out and work with health professionals. That's okay. You can still find somebody who does. Find somebody who can become a nutraMetrics consultant. Find 2 on the left, find 2 on the right, and build a team. And then the more people you have on the team, the more people to give you referrals to the health professional, and you never need to cold call because your team is giving you the referrals of all the health professionals they know. Well, there's nobody better at building a team of nutraMetrics consultants than one of our top NCs. So I would like to bring Lisa Grant out on stage with me today. I want you to hear from Lisa about how she's building a team. Please help me welcome Field Vice President Lisa Grant. She's one of the pioneer nutraMetrics consultants. She's been with nutraMetrics from the beginning. But I want you to hear from her, why did you choose nutraMetrics as really your major in Market America?
Well, 10 years ago, I've been with the company for 18 years, but 10 years ago when I saw this division released, I knew it was the wave of the future. I just saw that it was going to be huge. I know a lot of the doctors didn't see that, but I saw that. And I knew within a certain period of time they would be coming on board because they would have no choice. Because the patients are dictating to the doctors. They want wellness, they don't want sickness anymore.
That's so true. And now, I know we've talked a lot about some of your health professional accounts, and you have some pretty amazing health professional accounts. What's your favorite thing about working with health professionals? We know that they need it, but what's your favorite thing about working with health professionals?
Well, in the beginning, we all teamed together. I mean, I have to say, I know a lot of you have some great NCs, but I have some of the most incredible NCs on my team. much smarter than I am, and I think that's what you have to realize is that we all bring strengths to the table. Not everybody knows everything. So it's the team that makes this up. So when we started, we gathered some of the healthcare professionals we brought on board and some of the NCs, and we would do these lunches, or we would do, after work, we would do 1-hour presentations. And that's how we really got going in the beginning, and we started doing that again. So I've been traveling to New York, all over Connecticut. We've been doing these again, and we do have wine. That does happen to bring the doctors on board. We have wine and we have appetizers, and we invite them after work, and we do a quick 1-hour presentation, and it's the testimonials that are coming from the healthcare professionals that are on board with us already and the NCs that we're working with. And we are doing this not just for healthcare professionals, but for NCs. And I want to make a point that, you know, you think you start NutraMetrics, you just have to go out and find a lot of doctors. You need to find consultants that have relationships with doctors. I don't ever cold call, I don't ever need to, because I have so many people within my network that have relationships. So we've been doing these, and we're bringing on over 70% of our guests that attend these.
That's
so
fantastic.
It's very exciting.
That's fantastic. And I see the results of the health professionals that are joining your team. I mean, they're really moving volume. Can you tell them a little bit about how your successful HPs are fueling growth in the organization and how that growth has impacted your business?
I've jumped 2 pin levels since this division came about. And I live and breathe nutrametrics. I mean, in the beginning, I thought to myself I could never do this because I don't have a college education. I don't, you know, I'm afraid to say something wrong. I'm afraid of doctors. And then I just got it out of my head. And besides the fact I was making so much money already, I was thinking, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm just going to go in there, and I'm going to come from my heart. And I really believe I can make a change. And then I just studied it, because this is a professional market. You know, when we were new, Marty invited us in, and Dennis, and we strategized together, and we were flying by the seat of our pants. But again, I lived it, breathed it, and I attended every year I went to a nutrametrics training until I just walked the walk and talked the talk.
Yeah.
That's how, over, you know, hundreds of healthcare professionals and NCs on board on my team now.
Now, you have many of your team members that are growing as well, and your team is bringing on new HPs. I believe your son is now taking on nutrametrics.
Yes.
Tell them a little bit about how that has evolved.
Okay, I like to give examples because I have Barbara Marquette, who's here today. She's a nutritionist. She brought on her doctor, who was Dr. Myra Skluth, one of the top 20 healthcare professionals in Fairfield County, medical doctor, who won the Preferred Customer Manager of the Year award 3 years ago, a medical doctor. So that was unbelievable. Then we have 2 of my NCs that are senior master coordinators, and their husbands are doctors, so that's pretty cool. So they had no choice but to listen. Rebecca Carfey and Joanne Orshan, and of course Joanne Orshan won the TLS Trainer of the Year last year. And Natalie was an NC that came with me to a training. She kept saying to me, I've been trying to talk to my uncle, my godfather, for 2 years. He won't listen to me. He's a podiatrist. I said, Natalie, ask him if he loves you. She goes, that's a crazy question. I said, if he loves you, he will give you 10 minutes to speak with me. So she said, all right, if you put it that way. So she asked him, listen, uncle, if you love me, you'll listen to her, and maybe you could refer me. That led that 10-minute conversation. He said, I think I'm a little bit more interested now. Then we got him to a training. We got him to go see Dr. Stan Pierce, and then he saw Dr. Deidre Mason, and it was over. Now he's brought on 10 more healthcare professionals, tons more NCs, and with that one account, that took a girl, that a professional coordinator of mine, that, you know, she had one leg completely built, the other was, all of a sudden, boom, overnight, she's almost on a 1-week flush. So you really better pay attention to this market.
Yeah.
And you know, even if it's not for you, as a professional with this company, I go to the Web Center, I go to Motives, I go to TLS. Even though I'm not going to specialize in those, I feel that I need to know a little bit about each industry so that I know what to say.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Lisa. We appreciate your support, and we love watching your growth in your organization.
You're welcome.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice
Thank you. It can lead to incredible growth because each HP has the potential to bring a huge amount of volume to the practice, right? But for some of the practitioners, they struggle in the beginning because they didn't know what to recommend, what products to recommend. We have so many great products, they didn't know what to start. So we've really released some new tools and new solutions that are solving that problem. Tonight at the breakout, the NutriMetrics breakout, we're going to be talking about our new GeneSNP program that we're super excited about, and everybody needs to come and learn about it because we used to have a GeneSNP program that was available to the entire field, and this blows it out of the water, but it's available only to health professionals. So for the people that want to be able to take advantage of having a tool that can customize nutritional recommendations based on people's genetic information, what you need to do is find a health professional for your organization that can offer the GeneSNP to their patients, and you can get the tool through there. But we are going to be talking about this at length tonight at the breakout. We also put together a clinical reference guide. Dr. Deidre Mason wrote this amazing clinical reference guide that tells the health professionals exactly what to recommend for patients that are experiencing specific conditions. We have a brand new health professional implementation guide, completely streamlined and simplified, making it easier than ever for NCs to know what to do with the health professionals when they bring them on board. Whoops. And tonight at the NutriMetrics breakout, Dennis Franks is going to talk about a really exciting new program for TLS that's a TLS Rx program. And what this allows us to do is take our amazing TLS program and make it so that practitioners who have patients who are morbidly obese or severely obese and who need medical supervision can go through a medically supervised program that can be billed to insurance. This allows us to tap in to the weight loss market in doctors' offices that we haven't been able to tap into before with our amazing TLS program. We're super excited about that, so you need to attend the NutriMetrics breakout to hear that. Guys, see, health professionals are people before they're health professionals. They have the same dreams, they have the same hopes, they have the same aspirations that we do. In addition to that, they have financial concerns, just like everybody else. They have goals that they want to achieve. They just also happen to have a huge built-in customer base called their patients, right? So we don't have to teach them to go out and find a customer base like we have to with most UFOs because they have one built in. All we're doing is providing solutions that their customers, their patients are looking for. So we need your support, and the reason why we need your support is because health professionals want what we have, but they don't know that yet, because we're one of the best kept secrets in the industry. The only way that we advertise to health professionals about NutriMetrics is through our NutriMetrics consultants, our unfranchised owners. So we need to make sure that everybody that's an unfranchised owner knows how to talk to a health professional, because you never know when a health professional is going to show up in your organization. You might have a Motives beauty advisor bring on a great new beauty consultant who happens to be married to a doctor. And now they're an unfranchised owner and they want to be able to implement NutriMetrics into their practice, but if you haven't been trained in NutriMetrics, you don't know what to do with them. So you want to make sure that you get trained. How about web center people or financial services agents, right? We want to make sure that they know how to help their health professionals that show up in their organization. And keep in mind, in the example that I gave you before about the beauty advisor that's married to a doctor, because they have one distributorship, the same household rules apply. It's not like you open an account for the beauty advisor and then you open a separate account for the doctor. That's part of one account. So how do you get trained? Well, you want to attend one of our upcoming 3-day trainings, and we have tickets available up on the booth. The tickets are also available on nutrimetrics.com. We have 2 trainings remaining this year, one in Seattle in September and one in Florida in November. Then we have 5 of them next year. The dates are there. The dates are in your binder. Check out on the concourse and you'll see them. Guys, we are poised for explosive growth like never before. We're evolving, we're growing, we're expanding faster than ever. The time is now. We want to make sure that everybody in the room considers becoming a NutriMetrics consultant and or finding NutriMetrics consultants for their business. If you don't know how to introduce people to NutriMetrics, let us do that for you. We have live webinars that we do. You can email webinars@nutrimetrics.com to get the schedule, and you can invite your potential NutriMetrics consultants or health professionals on to the calls. We also have hundreds of videos on unfranchise.meeton.com where you can learn more about NutriMetrics. And we have NMTSS events that you can request in your area. We have a NutriMetrics overview, a NutriMetrics implementation training, and a NutriMetrics general product training. Please come to the breakout tonight. We have so much information we want to talk to you about. We're going to go over TLS Rx, we're going to go over the new GeneSNP program, and we're going to talk about how we get health professionals implementing in their practice. I look forward to seeing you there. Enjoy the rest of the event.